Hello guys and welcome back to another locomotive review, and today we have this gorgeous diesel locomotive. This is a Bachmann Class 24. Now this video is slightly later than I was hoping, but I've been really busy over the Christmas period, so I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, by the way. But yeah, we are finally getting around to it, and it's a lovely thing. It's in BR two-tone green, with the two-tone green, obviously, because otherwise it wouldn't be called BR two-tone green. And you get the lighter green at the bottom and the darker green at the top, which I love. Got the yellow end, and I do like a 24. I've always liked them, and I thought I'd get a diesel that's not massive, it's also not tiny, that I can just run with coaches all the time and have a bit of a workhorse and that can run all the time and just enjoy. So yeah, decided on this 24. This is the exact spec I wanted for a 24. So yeah, it's a lovely little thing. So we'll run dead quickly through the box and accessories, and then we'll go on to the detail, and then we'll give it a bit of a running session. So this is the box. It's an old Bachmann box which had a picture of one of the locomotives on the front, but wasn't always the correct colour, and it's the same for all of their boxes. The standard class 4 box had a green locomotive on it, but the locomotive inside was black. I don't know why they just used one first. They could have, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of the box. Oh, it's from Hatton's, by the way. That's the Hatton's product code. I don't know what the thingy code is. Right. So yes, that is the instructions. So you can see there the exploded diagram, which obviously just shows it's got a very powerful motor with dual flywheels and all-wheel drive, which is what you want on a diesel. It's very powerful, very, very heavy. And then we'll get into the box and just show you what's inside there. So you can see it's their old style box, because it's a slightly older locomotive, but it's still like a really up-to-date one. It's not too bad. That's just all the gump that you don't need. And then you've got all these extra details. I don't know what any of these actually are, but they're on like a sprue. So yeah, but don't know what any of that is, and I won't be using any of it, but it's just nice to have anyway. So we'll now get onto the locomotive detail. So here it is. We'll run through the detail. We'll try and keep it as brief as possible because I don't want to make this video insanely long. But you can see there's a lot of moulded detail on the front of this locomotive. It looks fantastic. Some separately fitted parts include the handrails and then the wipers as well, which are really, really nice. The glazing is actually really nice as well. And I think these lamp brackets, they're separately fitted as well, but they're insanely fine. You can only just notice that they're like that. You have a coupling hook if you wanted to use it as a real one, but I'm not sure you probably could. There is space for the extra detailing on this, on the front of the buffer beam, which is painted in this lovely red colour. They have sprung buffers, which is a lovely feature. Everybody loves sprung buffers. They're like pop-up headlamps on cars. They just are. And lots of detail across the sort of where the chassis is, all the way across, which looks fantastic. You have really well detailed bogies as well, which looks really good. You've got the axle picked out nicely, where the detailing will be, all the springs, etc. There's a lot of detailing on that. You've got some nice steps here as well, and they're not dead flimsy like they normally are. They're actually pretty good. Okay, there we go. They are picked out really nicely, and then you've obviously got this lovely colour all the way along the side. It's very crisp, the separation between the two. There's no leak of any colours. It looks fantastic. Interior, there is a little bit of detail in there. It's not the most detailed I've ever seen for a cab, but it is pretty decent in there. It's not too bad, because it's quite small and it's very difficult to get a shot in there. There you go, look at that. And then you have the warning markers for the electrical power lines. Got all these lovely grills on the side. They're not etched, but they are painted and picked out really nicely. There's a lot of those. And then you have some going further back as well, large one. Then you've got the BR logo picked out really nicely. Obviously the running numbers, D5085, God knows what any of that means. I'm used to the diesels having the class number as the first two digits, so this camera's not playing ball today, is it? It's because there's Mazdas in the background. It wants to focus on the Mazda MX-5s. So yes, you got loads of detail across the back. You do have sprung buffers at the back as well, obviously you're going to. There is a driver in there. I don't know what I'm going to call him. I might call him Dave or something. Oh, is it two? There's two people. I didn't know that. I thought it was only one. We'll call them Bob and Dave. Chaz and Dave. We'll call them Chaz and Dave. We'll call them Chaz and Dave. Been distracted now by the people. Yeah, obviously diesels are the same at the back as they are at the front, realistically. So you've got the same detail, but everything's separately fitted. The handrails and the wipers and the lamp brackets, etc. And you've still got the yellow on the front as well, which is really nice and crisp and looks fantastic. Got the glazing. And then the roof detail, you've got the fan on this end here. It doesn't spin or anything, but hardly any locos ever do. You've got all the roof moulding, which looks fantastic. You've got sort of more grills, etc. And yeah, it looks fantastic. And it's on this lovely grey colour as well. But it's a very well detailed locomotive especially for its age, because it's not the youngest locomotive in the world, but it is still up to, I would say, modern standards. So it looks fantastic. I will try and keep this brief. I don't want to go through every single thing in the world, but it's a diesel and they're not that sophisticated in their shape or their detailing because they're diesels. But yes, it's a gorgeous little locomotive, and we will now get it onto the track and we'll see how it runs. So there is the 24 on the layout, and it looks brilliant, and we've still got the winter, obviously. It's very wintry in here. And we're going to see, just quickly, the slow speed performance, see what it's like, see how smooth it is, etc. Then we'll give it a bit of a running session with a load, which is going to be coaches, of course. And yeah, it's got a great mechanism though. It's a Bachmann mechanism for a diesel. The steam ones leave a lot to be desired at this sort of age, but the diesel ones are generally pretty good, and this one is like that, as you saw from the exploded diagram. It is a large motor in the middle. It's a loud vehicle, whatever that is. Whatever that was, I think it was a car. It sounded flipping awesome as well. Anyway, large motor in the middle with 2 flywheels and then 2 drive shafts to each bogie, which is all-wheel drive, etc. So, lovely. So we'll see how it runs. There are no lights on this locomotive. It's a slightly older locomotive, but that's only a gimmick anyway. So it's not too much of an issue. And with the price I paid for this, it is not something I was expecting. So, the lecky isn't turned on, which is not great. So we're going to go a little bit off camera wise, but I do apologise. See how this thing runs. You ready? Give it some power now. That's not too bad. So it's moving there. There's a slight little bit of cogging at the lower speeds, but at that sort of speed it's so smooth, and obviously you do have the flywheel effect as well. When you turn it off it still moves. There you go. Yeah, so you've still got the flywheel effect and those big flywheels. It looks great, and yeah, it's lovely and smooth even at the slow speeds. Not the fastest loco in the world, and it never will, because diesels generally aren't as ridiculously fast when in model form as steam locos. Just in model form they're like that. But it's better because the more slow speed, the better it's the slower speeds, which are more realistic. So yeah, it's lovely and quiet as well. Sounds really nice, not too bad. So yeah, running really well. So I will attach those coaches that are there, and then we'll enjoy it running around for a bit. And just like that, we're done. Right. There we go. Give it a little bit of juice, maybe about half speed, 40%, 45%, something like that. And you get to see it running around. Look at how lovely does that look. It's my first BR two-tone green diesel locomotive. And it's all the better for it being this livery as well. It's fantastic. So. I'm not going to put that wire there, flipping it. There we go, there's the diesel, cost 24. It's just lovely and smooth, looks fantastic. Yeah, I do love this thing, really do. One of my favourite diesels in the collection automatically, just because it's just so nice. Looks great with those coaches as well. Pretty much runs with anything though, which is a good thing, so. Just coming in now. Lovely. So that is the Bachmann Class 24 then. Just a shorter review today, but it looks fantastic. Love this thing. It is a very welcome addition to the collection. The next video will be in a couple of days, and you will see a running session with all of the locomotives I have purchased this year. And then a couple into January. But anyway, gorgeous thing. What do you think of it? Comment below. Comment what you would like to also see me have in the collection as we go forward into 2024. And yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe, put the notification bell on, do all that blah blah blah. And I will see you very soon for some more videos. Goodbye.